So as we all know, this year's Oscars have quite a few snubs. I've decided to fix that. I'm going to go through the top 6 categories along with 2 extra ones to show what I thought should have been nominated. So now let's start with the big one, Best Picture. Of course, nominees are in no particular order. The nominees for Best Picture are Jojo Rabbit, which is already nominated for an Oscar. Little Women, which is already nominated for an Oscar as well. Marriage Story, also nominated for Best Picture. 1917, already nominated as well. Parasite, already nominated as well. Don't worry, the next ones are actually the ones that are different. Uncut Gems, which should have been nominated, as it's one of, if not the best film of the year. The Lighthouse, which must have been too artsy and too outlandish for the Academy. The Farewell, a really interesting deep dive showing the differences in Eastern and Western culture and how America really is a melting pot. And finally, I Lost My Body, a really simple story with such an imaginative twist that makes it feel fresh. In this category, I had 5 nominees that were also nominated by the Academy. Next up, my favorite category, Best Director. The first nominee are the Safdie brothers for Uncut Gems. Yes, this counts as one nomination as they were both directors of one film. Greta Gerwig for Little Women. This was the second biggest snub of the entire year. Sam Mendes for 1917, which is already nominated by the Academy. Noah Baumbach for Marriage Story. He really should have been there as he crafted such a wonderful and heartbreaking film. And finally, Bong Joon-ho for Parasite, of which is already there for the Academy. In this category, I had 2 nominees that were also nominated by the Academy. The third category is Best Actor. The first nominee is Robert Pattinson for The Lighthouse. Huge snub. Joaquin Phoenix for Joker, which is a lot of people's pick to win it at the Oscars. Adam Sandler for Uncut Gems. Not only was his performance stellar, but I really don't want him to do Grown Ups 3. Eddie Murphy for Dolomite Is My Name. This is such an underrated performance that I think is the beginning of a great comeback for him. And finally, Adam Driver for Marriage Story, which is also nominated. In this category, I only had 2 that were also nominated by the Academy. The next category is Best Actress. The first nominee is Ana de Armas from Knives Out. She is so good in this film and I can't wait to see more from her. Saoirse Ronan from Little Women, which is already nominated by the Academy. Awkwafina from The Farewell, who had such a great and layered performance. Florence Pugh from Midsommar. This film made her one of my favorite actresses. Lupita Nyong'o from Us, who should win the damn Oscar but can't because she's not nominated. In this category, I only agreed with 1 nominee. Good on you, Saoirse. The 5th category is Best Supporting Actor. The first nominee is Taika Waititi from Jojo Rabbit. I really think this is going to be a performance that we appreciate way down the line. Willem Dafoe from The Lighthouse, who has such a great performance that I think it should be studied in acting schools. Shia LaBeouf from Honey Boy. It's insane how powerful of a performance this is. Brad Pitt from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which is already nominated by the Academy. And finally, Joe Pesci from The Irishman, who is already nominated for the Oscars. In this category, I agreed with 2 Oscar nominations. The final category of the Big 6 is Best Supporting Actress. The first nominee is Jennifer Lopez from Hustlers. This is such a freaking snub. Florence Pugh from Little Women, who is already nominated for the Oscars. Park So-dam from Parasite. She's amazing. Laura Dern for Marriage Story, who is already nominated at the Oscars. And finally, Scarlett Johansson for Jojo Rabbit, who is already nominated at the Oscars. In this category, I had 3 nominees that were nominated by the Oscars. So in this next category, I combined adapted and original screenplays just so I could talk about my favorite ones. The nominees for Best Screenplay are Parasite, which is wholly original. Booksmart, which is so smart and funny. Little Women, which is such a great adaptation that felt of this time and of the past. Marriage Story, it's so natural and real and hurtful. I Lost My Body, a seemingly simple story with such a unique twist. And The Lighthouse, which has a screenplay as great as its cinematography. In this category, I only agreed with 3 nominees. Now for the last category, Costume Design. I really wanted to shine a light on who I thought would have won the whole thing, but wasn't even nominated. So the nominees for costume design are Ruth E. Carter for Dolomite Is My Name. And in fact, there's no other nominee. She blew everyone else out of the water this year, and she should have won the thing, but it was tragic she wasn't even nominated at the Oscars. There's probably some more categories that I could have done, but these were the ones I really wanted to talk about. Let me know who you would have nominated for some of the categories in the comments down below. As always, please like, subscribe, share, and click right here for more Yeti Films content. Thanks for watching, and I'll write you later.